Hey, this video is for my Watersports, tour operators, and adventure companies. So I wanted to share with you something that I noticed. Tripadvisor's spend for search engine marketing, aka Google Ads and some other networks, is up 93% year over year for the last quarter. And we're not talking a couple bucks here. Let me show you what's going on. I was looking at their, like a nerd that I am, SEC filings, and I happened to stumble on this for page 33. If you're interested in checking it out, this is the May filing. Basically, you can see right here that so far in Q1 of 2022, they spent on selling and marketing approximately 141 million, and last year they spent 73 million. So it's up 93%. And when you look at the increase in costs, this is not 100% Google Ads spend, but if you see right here, they spent, even if we just look at the increase, the increase of approximately 62 million in SEM and online traffic acquisition spend. So it's a huge amount. So it may not be the whole amount, but it's a darn a lot amount. And why am I sharing this with you? Because a lot of operators are still on the fence about Google Ads. I mean, we all want free bookings and free traffic, right? Nobody wants to pay OTAs. Nobody wants to spend money on ads, but everybody wants bookings. Well, you got to find that traffic somewhere, and getting referrals is great, and doing social is great. There's nothing wrong with any of that. SEO is great, awesome, high five. But when it comes to getting direct bookings, pretty much on demand and right away, Google Ads is the place to go. And why do I know this? Because that's what the big boys do, and you can too. I'll share that with you in just a minute. But one thing that was interesting is that this increase came from, it's really hard for you guys to read it when I do that, but in response to increasing consumer travel demand as travel activity restrictions ease. So this is something that's the market is based on the market. And maybe it's also a little bit based on the cost. I mean, the cost of traffic might be a little bit more right now, but they're seeing an increase in traffic and they're spending more, which is what I typically tell clients they should do. And this is for our experience in dining segments. So we're talking about basically most operators that are going to be watching this video. So sometimes the question comes up, well, I've done this before. Google Ads before wasn't that great, or I'm not really sure, how does it work? Or, sometimes there's like really basic questions, or you just don't believe, like, well, how would this work for me, right? I'm not Tripadvisor, I'm not Viator. Well, let's just take a quick look here. So I do a search for boat tours Marco Island. First of all, you can see it's dominated by Tripadvisor, Get Your Guide, Viator. They own the paid results. I'm sure there's probably some ads at the bottom here. There are Rooker Bay, Groupon is trying to play in there. So it's like the one operator that's maybe running some ads. And every search is different. Doesn't mean he's always going to be at the bottom like that. But you can have your ad typically somewhere in this top section. It doesn't mean you're going to beat everybody. It just means that you have an opportunity. And what that means is that when people are looking for boat tours in Marco Island, a lot of times they do want a direct book. They don't always, but sometimes they do, especially because a lot of them are on a mobile phone and they don't feel like going through 500 results on TripAdvisor all the time. I'm not saying everybody, because obviously they get business on mobile. I'm just saying that there's some portion of people that would see your tour. It would be good enough. It looked like fun. And I say tour, but that could just be, booking a rental, a jet ski. It could be, an ATV. It could be whatever. But they're going to see it. The price is going to make sense. It looks like a lot of fun, and they're just going to book it because they're on vacation. They're in market. Of course, people that are doing like a longer term, like they're doing research for a trip that's up and coming, they might spend more time on TripAdvisor, but they still might come and direct book. And you might say, well, I'll catch them with SEO. Well, a lot of times these guys are bidding on your brand too. So sometimes you don't catch them on SEO, or sometimes you don't rank very well. For your own brand, you should, but my point is you don't want to depend on people maybe coming back to you. With Google Ads, you can get in front of them while they're doing the search. Typically book them right there. It's a very quick, very transactional process many times, depends on what kind of things you have to offer. And we've done this for new advertisers that have never run Google Ads before, or maybe they've been in business for a while, they never tried it. Maybe they've been in business for a while, they've run Google Ads, they have a new kind of tour activity that they want to market, and it can work for them. And I'll show you right now. If you just check out our YouTube channel, I just did a quick search for tour operator marketing PPC pros right here, just so I could find our videos. But if you take a look right here and you scroll down a little bit, you'll see that there's here's one for a brand new tour offering right here. That's a case study basically that we did a few months back. That's exactly this, right? Somebody had a brand new offering, it's never had ads before, never had organic before, anything. we got up and going, and the guy was kicking butt. And within 24 hours, we were already getting bookings, or phone calls and bookings. Also, we have another one for this new campaign here, and then maybe there's another one down here. So, I mean, these are just a few. We have a few others we haven't posted yet, but, suffice it to say that with Google Ads, you're getting in front of people when they're looking for what you have to offer right now. Now, if you have an experience that people are not searching for, like maybe you've got something very, very unique that really falls under like a things to do category. So people might be searching for things to do in Miami, and you've got this like crazy, camel painting experience or some ridiculous thing. That's not ridiculous. Maybe somebody has one. I don't want to sound insensitive, but something that nobody's ever heard of before. Then they would see it and be like, holy crap, I want to paint a camel. This is amazing. I've never painted a camel's hump before. But you have to get in front of them first. It could be a little bit trickier to get that to work on Google Ads because, again, if I look for like things to do in Miami, because they don't have camel painting in Miami, I don't think, you're still going to compete with these guys. And you can see Dino Safari is trying to do just that. It's trying to win awareness. Like, oh crap, Dino Safari looks like fun, and that's what you could do. Camel hump painting, looks like fun. Or you could check it out. But the thing is, you don't know what the intent is of the person behind that search. So sometimes they're thinking of like, something for the whole family, and they're afraid their kids are scared of camels, or maybe they're looking for something on the water, and this has nothing to do with it unless they're water camels or something like that. So you have some intent issues that might come up with the things to do, or if it's not like a search thing. But if you do boat rentals, jet ski rentals, dolphin tours, ATV rentals, snorkel tour, sunset tour, anything that people are looking for already, Google Ads can kick butt for you typically, as long as you have the right approach. And what I mean is, don't DIY, or, well, I guess you can if you want to. That's up to you. But if you're going to do it, I would say do it right. Either hire an agency or get some good training on it. Make sure you're not just following all of Google's prompts when you're creating a Google Ads account, because that's usually a recipe to give them more money. It can sometimes work. I'm not saying it's going to be a 100% fail. But if you look at the other case studies we found that are on the channel, we've got some where we're like increasing clients' ROAS and we're cutting costs for booking down by a huge amount, largely because of that whole reason. They were self-managing and they weren't taking things into account that they probably should have, because, it's not their job. They're a tour operator, or they have staff that are handling things like that. So, I'd say if you're going to do it right. Whether you, work with a company like us, or you just get educated, whatever that is. If you're still on the fence with Google Ads, I think it could work well for most operators in most markets at most times of the year. When it gets really slow, that's another story. If people are like not even booking in general, then obviously that might be a time where it might be a little rough. But I would think at those times you want to get every booking you can, and Google Ads can help that situation. And you're only paying when people search and click on your ads. So if they're not searching, you're not going to pay anything. But anyway, hope that helps. Hope that helps some of you guys see the potential. Also, I just thought it was really interesting to note the 93% increase in basically traffic costs for Tripadvisor, which means we might have more competition for our ads and just in general coming down the pipeline here. And if that gave you some info and some insight into what's going on, great. Leave a comment below. Love to hear what you think. And if you've ever tried Google Ads and had any issues with it, or what you think about Tripadvisor spending more money, go ahead and post a comment below. Love to interact with you guys. Thanks for watching.